You sound really excited for a team that didn't win one single preseason game.
Not even close to one. Their last preseason game was this past Friday. They gave up 18 unanswered points to go on to lose. They looked good in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just really quickly about.
Yeah.
So we had boots on the ground for the first game of the season, preseason. We were both there in attendance.
Mm-hmm.
This time it was just myself at the game. I went with my fiance and a couple other people to go watch. I'm not going to lie to you. I want to say that was top 3 most hammered drunk I've ever been at Ford Field in my fucking life. I think because I pre-gamed. I pre-gamed with the Bud Light Platinum before we even left with my sister-in-law.
Where did the Bud Light Platinums come from?
They're a seltzer now, so like I just was like, yeah, let's try these because they're like.
Did you go out and buy those?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And they're like 8%, which is pretty strong for a seltzer.
Yeah, I mean Platinums are strong.
So pre-game with a couple of those, get to Ford Field. They sell you the tall boys and stuff.
Our section is as soon as you walk out of our section, you're greeted with these huge fridges that have monstrous beers.
They're huge.
Honest to God, they have to be the biggest beers that they sell in Ford Field.
Probably, yeah. And
like they are massive.
So we stayed through the first quarter, also late into the game because traffic was a nightmare. So stayed through the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter, a little bit of the fourth quarter, but I had a beer about every quarter.
Yeah.
So by the time that we were leaving, I was nice and toasted, not paying attention to the lines very much at that point, to be completely honest. But it was a lot of fun. If that was the Drunken Horror Show, just preseason week 3, I can't imagine week 1 when we're there.
Baby.
I took the day off of work the next day. I'm already getting ready. It's going to be good.
It's going to be fantastic.
Anyways, sidebar over. They are 0-3 in the preseason this year. And,
no shock.
Not a shock, but I was thinking about it on my way over here.
They had 3 tough opponents, too.
3 tough opponents, and they also did what I wanted them to do. They
hardly played any starters.
Well, they showed a couple of guys, younger guys. We got the Trash Man Reynolds. We got Derek Barnes. We got who
looked sensational. I don't know. Did he end up playing against Indy?
Not for long, I don't think.
Yeah.
But
in the 2 games that he played against Buffalo and especially in Pittsburgh, he looked good.
Amon St. Brown. We have these young guys that are showing promise, and every game that they played this preseason, they lost by a score.
Yeah.
They kept it competitive.
Well, the Pittsburgh game,
it was kind of garbage time points a lot.
Yeah.
But
we were getting demolished in that game up until the last 3 minutes.
For sure. Yeah. It was. But hey, Blau came in and Blau, he solidified that QB2 spot in my opinion.
I mean,
my estimation.
If Tim Boyle comes back and is the second string after he gets healthy, I'll burn every single Lions jersey I come across.
What are we doing with him?
I don't know.
We're gonna bite a kneecap off.
David Blau looked 50,000 times better than Tim Boyle in every series that he played.
1,000% agree.
Tim Boyle threw 1 touchdown pass, and it was to Quintez Cephas, and Quintez Cephas made a great slant. It was a great ball. After that, Tim Boyle didn't do shit.
Yeah, and he you can't even argue that he looked close. No, it wasn't even close.
No,
Blau looked way
David
better.
Blau plays with so much more heart too. I love David Blau. I loved watching him.
Give him his flowers, man.
Give him his flowers. God almighty, make the guy second string already. I don't understand what they're doing. There was one play that I nearly jumped out on my couch. I think it was the 3rd down, and he scrambled out, took a hit, kept churning the legs, bounced right off of it, got the first down. I was like, let's go, baby.
He's definitely way more.
I am so ready.
He's way more mobile too than
100%.
Tim Boyle. He absolutely is a threat. With his scrambling abilities.
Yeah.
As again backup. We're talking not 100%. As an NFL starter, but I feel totally comfortable with him being QB2, and I think he played his way into that role, and I would be very, very surprised if Tim Boyle kept that spot or even keeps a roster spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Main takeaway for me preseason: young guys looking promising.
Let's talk about a young guy that has not looked promising and is receiving a lot of flack for it.
Well, let's hear it.
Penei. Apparently, Penei is having a very tough time adjusting to right tackle. It's the first time he's ever played right tackle in his career. He's played every game. He played a couple series in that third one. I think this second game in a row where he was the lowest Pro Football Focus rated lineman on our team. And people are ready to give up on him already. I don't see it. I feel like when I set up our Twitter, I followed just a ton of Lions fans. I must have followed mainly every positive Lions fan possible, because I don't see it, but I always see them quote tweeting and saying, why are you giving up on this guy through 3 preseason games?
It's a joke. It's stupid.
When he is learning a whole new role at right tackle.
Oh, come on.
Okuda 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's ready to give up. Okuda's had a great preseason. I say great. Yeah, he's shown improvements.
Sure.
The one pass that he defended against Juju for a touchdown, that was great coverage.
What have we been saying majority of the podcast about Okuda? We've been saying that
corner needs to take a leap.
Is a position that throwing them in year one,
it's tough.
It not only is it tough, but he had last year he played against Hopkins. He played against Michael Thomas. He played against Devontae Adams. He had the gauntlet, and he was CB1.
Yeah,
he
was clear-cut CB1,
and he had a total boob of a head coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
On his obviously he sucked last year.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see that there's been improvements for sure. And as far as Penei goes, why aren't we just playing him in his position if he's that much of a prodigy? Just put him in his spot.
Well, I mean,
move Decker.
Yeah.
Decker's 28. Decker's reached his ceiling. He's a very good player, very good offensive lineman. But I'd rather have the prodigy, who's one of the most talked about offensive line prospects to come out of the draft, and God knows how long. I'd rather have that upside and move Taylor Decker, a guy who's got more experience. I couldn't tell you why Taylor Decker would be a better option to shuffle, but just thinking about it, why wouldn't you want Penei there?
But I mean, you go to Taylor Decker, who's been with you from the start. I don't think he's 28.
He is.
Bob Quinn drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
That was his first draft. So
I'll triple check it while you're talking here. Okay, but I'm pretty sure it's his age.
Taylor Decker, he's been with you from the start of his career. He has made vast improvements at the left tackle position. He's one of your solidified best players. So I think going to him and asking him hey, I know that you've been fantastic.
28 years old.
Wow. God, that's crazy. I know that you've been fantastic here, but we just drafted this guy who's fantastic at your job.
Right.
And I know that you've been doing a great job yourself, but what do you think about moving over for the new hotness to come through and play your position? I don't think Taylor Decker's going to be oh, yeah, sure. Let me go learn the new thing.
Yeah.
I
guess,
that has to, prove himself before he can go in and just take the job of a guy who has been having a phenomenal career with us.
Here's my concern, though, with him, is that
we move him to right tackle and he doesn't adjust to it.
Well, what if Penei struggles here and this first season or two, it's really important for a rookie player to show that they can hang, because if
the confidence.
And it could just be a total disaster if it fails. You know what I mean? You need to he's a huge investment, and you got to make sure that you give him a fighting chance. He'll probably be fine. I think it's definitely an overreaction because he is uber talented. He'll probably be fine wherever we put him, but I just want him to succeed. I much would rather have him be one of the best offensive linemen in the league than him floundering and not playing well.
Well, I think all Lions fans would agree with you.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so.
Real quick, I also want to touch on it's been so fun to see Lions Twitter, and I'm talking about beat writers, absolutely rip Yanni Tavai apart.
I see comments about him every post.
He needs to be cut. He needs to go. He is the worst linebacker in the NFL. Currently, possibly of all time. He is that bad. The one play against Pittsburgh.
Oh, come on.
The one play against Pittsburgh.
Pissed me off.
It was unbelievable. I mean, he looks lost every play. And it's, that's what teams do to us. They attack that middle field. We have to pray that Alonzo and Jamie Collins are good in coverage.
And Barnes.
And Barnes. I
will
think
play.
Barnes will play a little bit, but this 2 starting inside linebackers are going to be Collins and Alonzo. But we have to pray that those guys are good in coverage. Otherwise, teams are just going to rip that middle seam to shreds against us. Because Tavai, Jesus, the guy can't cover a toddler in football pads. It's embarrassing. Bob Quinn took him in the 3rd round. Absolute joke of a human.
I want to say it was the 2nd round, not even the 3rd round.
It might have been.
This is a way overdraft.
No, because I think we took Carrion in the 2nd round that year. Could have been. Besides the point.
Bust regardless.
Yeah, terrible.
Why isn't he gone?
I don't know.
What are we doing?
He slimmed down though.
Great, but he still looks like shit.
Remember like preseason reports or like camp reports like, hey, Tavai lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? His head? Like, shut up. You want to talk about week 1 real quick?
Yeah, let's preview it. I'm really excited, man.
I am too.
It's finally here, regular season.
Optimistic. We're gonna lose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is gonna be
It's not gonna be a good game.
We're playing one of the top
Defense.
teams in the NFC to start the season.
And realistically, offenses, yeah.
They haven't outright said Jimmy G's the starter,
which is so odd.
Which is kind of bizarre because it's like he's probably gonna start.
Yeah.
So I guess like that makes me think that we'll see a little bit of Trey Lance like package plays maybe or something like that. Like maybe he'll kind of be sprinkled in there. And if we're the week 1 opponent, we're the guinea pig team for this, and that's going to be that has the potential to be a bloodbath. With
it
that
really
going
does
on.
make sense that we would do that.
Yeah, they are looking mostly healthy. They've been a consistent winner when they're healthy for the last 2-3 years. They were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. I mean, it's not even a debate as to who's going to win this game. And it's
7.5 point dogs at home. I think they cover the spread too.
I'm surprised it's not more than that, to be honest with you. I will say though, Jimmy G's looked kind of shit this preseason. He hasn't looked very good.
Again, I don't think Shanahan's doing him any favors.
When you say that, do you mean he's not cooking him up good plays or what?
Because I mean, because
his last game he played, he had like 3 completions and a pick. Like he looked bad. Like it was not a good game for him.
Well, I haven't seen his last game. I only saw the first game. But in the first game, I have to imagine that they're doing the same shit. Jimmy doesn't get a chance to throw a ball down the field. As much as Trey Lance. Trey Lance, the one against Kansas City, they had the ball on their own 1-yard line. If Jimmy G's in the game, they're running the ball. They're not even giving him the shot to throw it. They do a play action pass for 20 yards with Trey Lance. It's like the opportunities just seem like Shanahan's cooking shit up for Trey Lance. And with Jimmy G,
to be fair,
system offense.
To be fair, in the preseason with a guy who's barely played any football in the last 2 years, you do want to see what you got a little bit more with him, and you want to be focused on him a little bit. Like, what you got with Jimmy G. He's healthy. Like he's had him now for 2 years, going on 3 years or whatever. Like he knows what he is. So I can defend him there. Fine. But bottom line, he should be starting week 1. This team is better on every aspect of the football.
So what are we looking for? What do we want to see?
Well, it's kind of just a continuation of the preseason for me. I mean, I just want to see, the young guys continue to have developing roles and showing that they've got some flair and some spice to them. I want to see a competitive game. I want to see a blowout. That would suck.
In terms of tangibles, here's what I would like to see.
All right.
100+ rushing yards.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, it is.
It's happened for this Lions team twice in the last
yards
6
rushing
years.
On the ground. I want Amon-Ra St. Brown with 4 catches and 65 yards. I feel like that's doable. I want
okay, you got
2 sacks.
Yeah, these are like solid like numbers that
Yeah.
you're looking for. Okay.
I want 2 sacks. I want at max. I'm going to say 3 penalties.
For us? Okay.
Yes.
Well. Okay.
That's
I mean,
those are my 4.
I think
that's my
besides
wish list.
the 100-yard rusher, I think those are somewhat reasonable demands. Demands, I guess. I don't know.
These are my demands.
We're not looking for a win.
No.
That's the important one.
Okay. Hey, let's be realistic.
I would like to see. I am excited to watch Goff play for a whole game.
Me too.
Because we've only seen him for a couple drives in the preseason, and that's really it. I think it was just week 1.
Yeah, literally, we saw him for 2 series.
So I just want to see more of him, and I want to see DeAndre Swift and Hawk. We haven't seen them at all yet, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
Just seeing them at their full capacity offensively. Hopefully Tyrell Williams would do something, because I have nothing to report on him the whole preseason. Like, nothing.
Well, I mean, what are you expecting from him? We signed him for like a 1-year contract. We brought him in.
He's wide receiver 1 on the depth chart.
I understand that, but look at the wide receiver. Look at the wide receiver depth chart.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
Good. It's not good.
So I mean, like, I can't expect that much from him.
I feel like building momentum from an 0-3 preseason is why I'm looking at this game. They're going to go 0-4. We're not going to win this game, but if we can keep seeing positive changes. They make adjustments. Hopefully, we see some nice things from Goff. You get some of your bullet points on your list here.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining, and we're not getting the piss kicked out of us, then I'll be happy. I'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over under on Bud Lights at the game.
We're talking pregame and everything.
Yeah, so we're probably going to be starting around 10 a.m. At Ford Field.
Yeah.
Kickoffs at 1.
I'm going to say I'm trying to account for the big boys once we get in the game. I'm going to say 9.
All right. I can see that. Yeah, I'm probably in a similar area, like 7 to 9 range. Probably. Smelling salts, maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're getting ordered.